We're here at the NBA Global Camp in Treviso with Arturs Zagars. Arturs just finished up a great weekend. You guys went 3-0. How are you feeling?
Oh, it was an amazing experience. There's good people here, like I said, and every NBA team scout here watching us play. And first day was pretty tough because we didn't feel each other around, and we were playing our own game, you know. But then the coach made something happen, made something magical, and we started to play like a real basketball team, like we've been playing for 2 or 3 months together. So as time went on, we just get better as a team overall.
What did you think about this last game against the Australian Center of Excellence? They also brought in Josh Green onto their team and Tamari Wigness. It seemed like a very competitive game today.
Yeah, it was like an all-star team, you know. We played against really physical, tough team. They were playing good defense, physical offense. They run the court really well. So it was definitely was the difficult game. Even if we won by plus 10 or more, but it was the most difficult game in these 3 days.
What do you think that NBA people here were able to see from you the last 3 days?
I think they saw that I communicate a lot, even though my game, even if I played not so well at some point, I still try to keep my mind calm and organize the play as a point guard. I think that was the most important thing for me.
Sure. Since the first time we saw you at the Under-16 European Championship, it seems like you've grown a lot. Your game has expanded. Tell me a little bit about your evolution as a player here.
Oh, this year in Spain gave me unbelievable experience. And not as on the basketball court, but out of basketball, how to understand the game, you know, how to control the rhythm of our team, of the opponent team, and it just gave me a lot of confidence, a lot of overall basketball. Just I start to understand the game differently, and that was the main thing that I progressed.
For people that are watching this video that might not know too much about you, what can you tell us about yourself? Where are you from? When did you start playing basketball? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's not weird because I'm from Latvia. I mean, most of Americans or overseas people don't know where is it, but I'm from Latvia, and I started playing basketball when I was 7, and I was really small until the age of 15, 16, and everybody was doubting me because I was too small for basketball, and that was basically my whole career, you know. Last couple of years was my breakout years, you know. I started to show myself really who I am, and that's how it went off.
How much did you grow here the last few years?
A lot. I think when I was 15, I was about 5'9", and now I'm 6'3", and I had a little bit knee problems, but now it's over, and I'm still growing. This season I grew like 5 centimeters. I'm not sure how is it in
inch and a half.
Yeah, inch and a half something, and I'm still growing, so who knows.
What is all that extra size? What has that done for your game on the court?
It makes me easier to play defense, of course. That's the main part. I was really small, and I'm still small, but I was extra small before, and I had difficulties to play defense, and now I progressed a lot in defense. I could play physical against physical opponents, and in offense especially when the physical guards are guarding me, I had a lot of problems before, but now I'm just using my size to get advantage of it.
You're not a guy that is jumping over people, but you still finish really well around the basket all weekend long. You have Euro steps, you use reverse finishes, you've got a lot of creativity with the way you use the glass and angles. Is that something that has come for you naturally? Is that something that you watched in film? Is that something that you've worked on in the gym? Where does that come from?
Yeah, basically it's coming naturally, but I watched Kyrie since he was playing first year in Duke, and I was trying to do the same thing in practices over and over again, and I think I put a lot of work into my finishing skills.
What's the next step for you now in terms of your evolution as a player? What do you need to improve on to reach your full potential?
Well, I mean, I still gotta get better at my frame, you know. I'm really skinny, but it's hard for me now because I'm still growing, as I said, and it's hard to gain pounds. But this year I gained like 9 kilograms, so it was overall a good season for me as frame-wise, you know, and I'm still getting better at it, and I'm working extra hard in gym, so that's my main goal right now, to work on my body.
Sure. You play for maybe the most famous basketball school in Europe for developing young players. Ricky Rubio went through there, Rudy Fernandez. I mean, there's a long list of really talented guards, also foreigners that have played there. What is it about, from what you've seen in your year in Spain so far that, that makes it a place that develops young guys?
The one thing that it's a family. It's a family. It makes a good basketball players, but the most important thing, they make a good person out of the court as well, and that's the biggest difference between Juventud Badalona and other clubs. It's amazing. The coaches, maybe they're not the richest and paid guys, but they just love what they do, and they come to the gym every day and give everything to the kids. And that's the main reason why Juventud is famous for that.
What does a normal day look like there when you guys aren't in season?
We're working on our game in court and in gym. It's regular things, We, as a kids, we need to do gym and court practice every day, and that's basically it. Yeah, it's a regular practice.
Who are some guys that you enjoy watching play? You mentioned Kyrie Irving. Anybody else, either in Europe or in the NBA, that you really enjoy watching?
Yeah, I watch Kyrie a lot, and I really like Dennis Schroeder from NBA. He's a little bit my type of not so strong, skinny guy, and good finishing around the basket. And not the tallest point guard. And I like for my team, ACB club, Nico Laprovitola. He was my role model this year. I learned a lot from him, how to control the game. Like I said, it came from him most of the part. And yeah, these three are my players who I watch a lot and who I study.
What do you think it means for your country to have an NBA superstar like Kristaps Porzingis, and what is that going to do? Is there any chance that more kids start playing basketball instead of playing hockey or soccer or whatever?
Kristaps is doing an amazing job. I mean, he's naturally that kind of person who inspires other people, and because of him, there's a lot more chances from Latvia to get basketball professional players, and he's making everything possible for Latvia to stand for the Europe as a basketball country, and he's doing an amazing job. Like it's amazing how he does his camps with the American coaches as well, watching Latvian kids, and he's a role model for whole Latvia, and he opens up a lot of options for Latvian kids to grow as a basketball players.
Great stuff, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's appreciated.